Denver Broncos. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line.
First down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Well, this, of course, is an intriguing Week 1 opener. On one sideline, you've got Josh McDaniels, Raiders head coach. But remember, back in Denver, where he was the head man in 2009 and 2010 as well. And on the other sideline, Sean Payton making his debut as head coach of the Broncos.
Two established coaches. Both of them made their bones on the offensive side of the ball. And Sean Payton won his Super Bowl as the head coach of the Saints. This is going to be fun to see them match wits. I know some guys, they love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and what also helps, his unselfishness. Because he's not a quarterback who's going to take it every time and pull it from the running back and keep it. He will hand it inside when the reads are correct.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
A gain of 2 brings us 2nd and 8.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right, they're going to run their offense through him.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That's an early scrambler that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener. Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25.
They're on the 25-yard line.
Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
At the 25-yard line.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Check, man. Check, man.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
7 Pirates. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Cunningham. He'll let this go for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Alert.
Now Wilson. He's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
They'll take over at 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10.
60 Bison.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Let's go now.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Unlock, guys. Unlock. Hey. Check that. Shot alert.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Here now a 3rd down and 8. A play fake. Now Cunningham. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here's Smith to return it. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 45-yard.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Back to throw. Wilson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. Touchdown, Broncos! Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Lots of look to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Okay,
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Cunningham looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Warriors 70. Ready.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Tag. Mustang 19. Ready.
Off play action, it's Cunningham. Back to Renfro again, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
Well, another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
.39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Here's Wilson to throw. And this will complete again to Mims. And he'll go down the knee before getting this inside the 30. On 1st down, Wilson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Let's go. Double count right here. Double count.
Wilson will throw again. This will be caught. Judy. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this 1st half. That's it for the 1st half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And that 1st half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. An audible here to get a new look.
Dragon 60.
They go with Jacobs. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 4th and short. They had the ball right at the midfield stripe. Was curious what they were going to do. Turns out going for it, the good play.
Reminded me of a conversation we had yesterday before this game where you said, you know, it's interesting about the NFL nowadays. Oftentimes in short yardage situations, they throw the ball. In the old days, they would run it. That was an old school call right there.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. The Cunningham's and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down and 6 now. They go play action with Wilson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end, not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
And the Raiders have got him. Byron Jones getting to him from the secondary. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, a quick throw, but incomplete.
But partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Cunningham. eluding the pressure right. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Cunningham. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Cunningham to throw. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Cunningham. Flushed out right. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching me. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short the line to gain. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
But now he appears to be in some pain. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
That is caught.
He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Making a hat trick for Russell Russell Wilson, 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Broncos are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Cunningham. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Cunningham. Oh, had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A nice little juke. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
73 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Broncos' 43-yard line.
Ready?
Off the bootleg, Cunningham. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Off play action, Cunningham. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Carlson able to put this one through. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 144 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but